I'm James Pater, president of Mountain Laurel Handrails. Today we're bringing you a video about different deck design tips. We're going to share with you how you can use these to really make your deck an interesting part of your home and a nice outdoor living space. Tip number 1. So the first tip is to make sure that you consider your local building code requirements when you're building and in the planning stages of the deck itself. This is important because there have been tragic accidents involving decks collapsing off the house. Safety is the paramount thing that we want to consider here to make sure that there is not going to be any problems with the way that the deck is built. It's going to be structurally sound, and that the guardrail or handrail, which keeps people from falling off of the deck, is able to withstand lateral forces. So if you have any questions about this, it's important that you consult your local code enforcement official, who will be able to help you and guide you throughout the planning and building process. Tip number 2. A new deck is an addition and should be approached in the similar manner to adding a room onto your house. One of the important things to look at when adding a deck onto the outside of your house is you want to make sure that the end of the deck is not centered or underneath a window. Instead, take it 2 feet to one side or the other of the window. That'll give it a nice look, and it will also make it so that it looks nice when you're looking out from the inside. Tip number 3. Deck should be lower than the main floor of the house. You want to be at least 1 inch lower, and sometimes as much as 1 full step or 7 inches lower. This is to prevent water from seeping back into the house. It's also to keep debris from coming in your house. If you live in a place where there gets a lot of snow, you might want to consider going up to the 1 full step height or 7 inches, which is going to make it easier when it snows in the wintertime. Tip number 4. Consider designing your deck in 2-foot increments. This is going to take advantage of common lumber sizes like 8, 12, and 16 foot. When you're designing a deck or planning a new one on an addition to a house, consider taking some scrap lumber and laying it out on the ground, just laying it out there, to see how the deck is going to feel once it's built and completed. Tip number 5. When deciding on a width, 12 feet is a happy medium. 8-foot decks are often too small and constricting without enough room for chairs or a grill. 16 feet can be too large and expansive unless you add something like a hot tub or fire feature, or as shown here, a trampoline. Tip number 6. Consider breaking up the typical rectangular deck with an angled bump out or a different design either on one corner or in the center. This can be a great place to put a grill or other outdoor cooking area. Tip number 7. The deck railing that you choose is going to be one of the most visible deck design elements, so picking an interesting handrail design as opposed to the typical vertical 2x2 baluster construction is going to really set your deck apart. Mountain Laurel Handrails are a great option for this. We would love to help you on your deck railing project. So these have been different deck design tips. We hope that it's going to be helpful for you when you're designing and planning your new deck. As always, we would love for you to hit the subscribe link in the description to sign up for the email newsletter so you can get more helpful tips like this. Thanks so much.